St. Catharines, who will be saying a few words. Thank you so much. It's great to be here. Today. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we're gathered today on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe people, many of whom continue to live and work in our community. Thank you to all of us who have joined us here, all the employees, all the staff. Thank you to Rob and Chris for the tour. It's incredible to be able to tour a facility like this and to see the passion in the work, the product, and the success. It's not an accident that a company like this has been successful for so many decades. It's a testament to the leadership, but it's also a testament to the team. It's a testament to being able to adapt to changing conditions. Because we were talking about 50 years ago, automotive was the one and only main industry in this community. But here at FBT, you guys have adapted in defense, nuclear, but also automotive, and also getting involved and being in a very significant way into electric vehicle manufacturing, where the future is going. So this is a company that has shown its commitment, its foresight, and its willingness to be not only successful now, but successful well into the future. St. Catharines and Niagara are home to a strong manufacturing sector and many skilled workers, many of whom are staring at me today, hoping my speech is short, and I promise you it will be. Manufacturing is such an important part of the economy in the region, and together we're laying the foundation for the next generation of businesses that are revitalizing the manufacturing sector and adopting environmentally friendly solutions across the region. Happy to be here today. As I've mentioned, it's companies like FBT that anchor the manufacturing sector in Niagara. It's funny, so many of us pass by here on the way into wine country, and we don't understand how critically important companies like FBT are to our economy and to our region. So I want to say thank you to all your work. But that's enough from me, and I'm pleased to introduce the Minister responsible for the Federal Development Agency for Southern Ontario, the Honourable Filomena Tassi.
Good morning, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. Thanks, Chris, for that introduction. And thank you to Rob and Chris and the team here at FBT Inc. for the welcome and the tour. And fantastic that we're joined by the team, the FBT team here. And it's great to be joined by my two colleagues, Chris and Vance, for this really special announcement. I know that we have other guests here, including Mayor Cisco, George Spessa, the Director of Economic Development, and Dr. Mark Nantel of Niagara College. Demonstrates the partnership and how important this is for this company, but also their partners across the community. So it's absolutely fantastic to be here in St. Catharines at FBT Inc., a family-run company celebrating 75 years of producing critically important parts and components for some of North America's leading automakers, particularly in the electric vehicle market, as Chris has acknowledged. And it was really neat to be able to take an opportunity to tour the facility and see the cutting-edge work that is going on. Rob, it was great to hear that as a daughter of a steel worker who has a father who spent tons of time in the garage, and I spent a ton of time with him, that this actually started in a garage. And the real start came from a client or a customer who actually wrote the check in order to pay for the materials to have that first item produced, a vent cover. So it's amazing to see that a company that started from that 75 years ago has grown to this amazing facility with you, the amazing team that are making things happen, that are keeping us on the cutting edge. And that's exactly what our government wants in terms of investments. It's companies like yours that are creating these jobs where we're seeing people on the floor with great expertise that are producing cutting-edge products and parts. So I love the tour, we all did, and thank you very much for the dedication and commitment. The commitment to detail here is absolutely a part of the success, and the amazing team that you have working with you. I want to be very clear. Our government recognizes that it is people in Canada that are our best asset, which is why we want to invest in people, in their potential, and enable them to create the possibilities that we know are bringing Canada to a whole new level. We have an opportunity here, and we want to seize that opportunity. It's exactly what's happening here. And the potential for Southern Ontario over the next decade is sky high. You often hear our colleague Francois-Philippe Champagne talking about this, seizing this generational opportunities. It's exactly what our government is doing. We have the opportunity here to ensure Canadians will have good, high-paying jobs for generations to come. And we know that our workers are what drives our country forward. And that is why it's so fitting that we're here in the Niagara region today, one of Southern Ontario's manufacturing powerhouses. Businesses and workers here in St. Catharines have helped make the Niagara region a well-known leader and innovator in advanced manufacturing. The thriving manufacturing sector here supports many industries and provides good jobs for Canadians, especially as we pivot towards cleaner and more sustainable industries such as EVs. Our government is investing in entrepreneurs so we can build towards their dreams and enable them to continue to create good-paying jobs in Canada that are not only for us, but are for generations to come. And that brings me to why we are here today. I am pleased to announce that the Government of Canada is investing nearly $4 million for FBT Inc. to adopt a first-of-its-kind robotic process that will increase their production by 75% and meet the growing demand of its products across North America. We were able to see what this investment will do. It will allow FBT to be adding new robotic and automated equipment to this St. Catharines facility that will help produce more components and tools to support new and existing clients in the EV and semiconductor and power generation sector. Not to mention, FBT will also be creating 40 skilled jobs right here in St. Catharines. And I know how important the workers are here to you. It was fantastic as I was driving in to see actually on your sign lit up, thank you to our team, to our staff. And I think that that is so very important. Rob and Chris, you've made that clear as we were touring. And I have to say, I did see some smiles on the faces of the workers, which is absolutely brilliant. To meet the rising demand for domestic production of EV and semiconductor-related parts, I'm pleased to share that through this investment, FBT will help meet these demands and support local supply chains. This means creating good jobs across Niagara, enhancing the competitiveness of the local company, and supporting the prosperity of the Niagara region, which I know my two colleagues are very happy about. They constantly brag about the potential here, and so it's great to be with them today in this making this announcement. And I want to finish by saying that our government, the Government of Canada, believes in this region. We believe in people, and with smart investments, they can reach their potential and turn possibilities into reality. Our government is working every day to make your lives easier, your jobs better, and our communities stronger. I can't wait to hear about the future success. Thanks so much for welcoming us here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Tassi, for that wonderful announcement for FBT and for our local manufacturing and EV sector. Today's announcement will transform FBT by improving our efficiency to benefit existing clients and open our new capacity to more customers. Next, I would like to introduce Rob Forstinger, President of FBT, who will be saying a few words about this announcement.
Good morning. Distinguished guests, Team FBT. Good morning, and thank you so much for coming. The one thing that I'd like to do, Chris, you had given Chris and I a lot of credit for the success of FBT, and it's very nice of you, but I'll share you a little bit of a secret. It's the people that are behind the cameras right now that are the real, true success of FBT. So guys, thank you so much. Minister Tassi, thank you so much. I would personally like to thank you and your entire team that was involved in this decision. I'd like to personally thank you because you've put trust and faith in FBT that we're going to use this money and invest it wisely, and I promise you we will. I'd like to think that from the standpoint of what we're going to do with this money. We're going to buy the best equipment, and with that equipment, we're going to expect nothing less than the best from this group behind you. They're going to give us ways to become more efficient and give us an advantage over our competition that is worldwide. An example of this is to our right. We have a robot that's servicing three 5-axis machining centers, a wash station, and also a CMM. This ensures that every part that leaves our facility will be to spec. Anybody that's in manufacturing knows that manufacturing is a super, super tough business. And for almost 80 years, FBT has made a habit out of picking out the most challenging aspects of manufacturing. And as mentioned, everybody knows that we have to compete globally. We don't have a choice. We need to compete globally in order to survive and flourish. Our customers are asking us to grow in ability and in size. With this money, we'll be able to do that. Without this government investment, I'll make it clear, we could not do this. So, as one last thank you, I want to make it clear that this investment will be used to its fullest. We will employ new people, we'll train new people, and we're going to buy the best equipment and make St. Catharines proud. Before we get back to work, I'm going to ask for one other promise from everybody. That in 5 years or less, we all gather back around here again and see this investment to make sure that it was a good investment. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Rob. Next, I would like to introduce Vance Badawey, Member of Parliament for the Niagara Centre, to speak.
Well, good morning. How are we all doing today? We all happy? Well, it is great to be here today on behalf of not only Niagara Centre, but the entire region. Both Chris and I, as well as our partners, Matt, Mayor Cisco. We have George here from the region, as well as Mark. Mark, great to see you today. It's great to have you here. And thank you to Minister Tassi for your visit here once again to Niagara. It's great to have you here. And again, to the team at FBT for hosting us here today. And congratulations on your exciting funding announcement. The work that you are doing here today, tomorrow, well into the future, will not only support the vitality of Southern Ontario and our manufacturing sector, as well as our regional economy here in Niagara, southwestern Ontario, but it will also provide critical steps to increase domestic parts production to support the EV, semiconductor, and energy supply chains. Through these types of investments, our government is working with leading companies like FBT to strengthen important sectors, create jobs, support you, the employees, your families, and of course many throughout our community, and drive a competitive and greener future for all Canadians throughout this great nation. As a Member of Parliament for Niagara Centre, I'm extremely proud to represent the important work going on at this and many dynamic locations to support this vital region of this great country, a strategic region of this great country. To Chris and the team here at FBT, congratulations. As a leading advanced manufacturer, you exemplify the hard-working dedication that the Niagara region is known for. And I'll say this, you know, Filomena, Minister Tassi, mentioned about how this company started in a garage. You know, coming from business myself over 40 years in the past, before I got into the public life, I recognize those folks that worked hard starting from their garages, starting from sheds, small buildings, from pretty well nothing, and really struggling and scraping to make their idea, their vision, a reality. it's not only the work that they put into it, but because of that work and that energy and that passion and dedication, they also get the confidence of those that they're dealing with. And therefore, partnerships begin on relationships, trust, and with that, the beginning of an organization, of a company like we see here today. I've seen a lot of that. JTL Machine in Port Colborne is a perfect example of that. When Ted DeRuyter started his company in a small garage, and now it's a big company that Victor Oreskovich owns and operates, no different than what Chris is doing here at FBT. So across this region of Niagara, that's the character, that's the grit, that's the resilience that we have here in this region that contributes to the overall character and the fabric of this great country. But it can't be done without you. Again, as a former business person, as a former athlete, as a former mayor, and now as a member of parliament, I recognize how important a team is to the success of whether it's a team on the ice, on the field, on the court, on a stage, in the public sector, in government, regardless of what level, and in business. It's you, working with the City of St. Catharines and Matt Sitsko, with the region of Niagara and George, Niagara College with Mark, and all of you together within your own departments here at FBT. That's what it takes. And good on you, because this company is growing because of you, with great leadership from the executive and the leadership team at FBT. And Chris, I congratulate you and your team as well for doing exactly that, and having that trust, that confidence, and of course, putting that responsibility to each and every one of you. So with that, I say to all of you once again, congratulations. Today's announcement is great news for the region, for the planet, for the economy, for this great country. To all of you, walk away with your heads up and your chins up. Be proud, because you've accomplished a lot today. You're going to accomplish more in the future, and we're proud of each and every one of you, and we look forward to your growth and your success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, MP Badawey, for those remarks. I would like to again thank Minister Tassi, MP Bittle, and MP Badawey, Rob, and everyone else here today that was able to attend our announcement. And I'd like to pass it off to FedDev Ontario for the media portion.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming. We'll move on to the media availability portion of the day. So we have time for one question and one follow-up. If you have any questions, please step to the mic, and we'll be happy to take them.
Good morning, Laverne McGee, reporter, CHCH. Could we have more specifics on the type of jobs that will be created with this federal money?
Certainly. Do you want to take
Yeah, for sure. So a lot of apprentices, we hire a lot of people coming out of the local high schools, the Niagara College, Mohawk College. So a lot of people that would end up being machinists, tool and die makers, engineers, all like hands-on people for the most part. Maintenance, millwrights, yep.
Follow-up. You did mention robotics. Obviously, there's the concern that people will be replaced by AI or robotic technology. Can you address that, and how your company will be affected if you foresee any jobs being replaced or having more robotics and AI technology?
Yeah, for sure. Very good question. It's not the first time we've answered this one. So, and I think that without robotics, without moving forward and advancing, we're going to be falling behind. So it's not really an option that we have. We have to do this. It was the exact same thing earlier on in my career when CNC machines came in. That was supposed to eliminate jobs. Wire EDM, which we have now, that was supposed to eliminate jobs. It doesn't really eliminate jobs. It just kind of changes what the focus of those people would be doing. This robotic line that we have here, we've had 2 people working all year long on it, and they're like 3/4 of the way through. We've hired an outside company to help with that implementation. Once it's running full on, there will be less machinist operators working on it, but they'll be requiring a lot of different positions to keep it going.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, that concludes the media availability for today. So we'll just grab a quick photo.
And then, I'm just gonna hop on the mic. I want to invite staff